You're going to like this one, so please subscribe and donate. Ginny Roth is with Crestview Strategies in Toronto. She's a very, very smart observer of politics and people and countries. And so now we're going to have a new president. My bet is that Trudeau will not leave for a year because it's the best job he'll ever have, and he still hopes that he can do something to turn it around. That notwithstanding, most people in the United States and Canada do not like the governments that they've had or what bureaucracies are doing. Are we in for a big channel change?
Yes. Yeah. And people
Is it possible?
People are demanding change. Whether we can pull it off is a different story. But Trump is a disruptor, right? And we know he's going to do big moves. He's going to lower corporate taxes even more than they've already been lowered. He's going to deregulate massively. He's going to unleash natural resources, all things that Pierre Poilievre also wants to do. And that if Canada doesn't do, we will not be able to compete with the U.S. We'll lose even more talent, more investment, more jobs. And so if Canada and the U.S. start to compete over deregulating, lowering taxes, and creating like pro-growth environments, that is the dream, I think. That's where you see North America potentially really take off and Canada finally get out of this like low growth stagnation trap that it's in today.
Our Prime Minister is already saying that he is sticking around because there are people who don't like his progressive agenda. He said they're fighting progressive. My view is that he's had 9 years to try to convince people of it and he still hasn't. But do you think that whole idea, this woke idea of government taking care of you from cradle to grave, is going to be put aside for at least another generation?
I hope so. And I think there's like a cultural piece and an economic piece.
Yes.
On the economics, all the Liberals can commit to, and the Democrats too, is spending. Government programs that spend money. And people have said, like, it's not helping. We don't want that. Not only that, but it's what caused inflation, all this spending. And it meant that my paycheck didn't go as far. And even though I had a decent job, my wage wasn't worth anything because I couldn't buy groceries at the grocery store.
The Minister of Finance the other day said, we know groceries are expensive and it's a world thing, so we're just going to give you more money.
Yeah, and then on top of that, the same government is saying, oh, and by the way, we're going to lecture you about what you're allowed to call people. Like this idea that everyone had to call Hispanic people Latinx, and now Hispanic voters have said, no, we're voting for Trump. Don't you tell us what to call us, white people in universities that think they know better. And that is like the epitome of the Trudeau government. That's what they've been lecturing Canadians about for almost a decade, as you say. And Canadians have had enough. And the nice thing is, because they want so much change, hopefully that means a mandate for Poilievre will be to stop all of it.
Say stop all of it. Now, there are some people who will say to you, well, it's not all bad. There are social programs that you have for the people who are dispossessed.
Oh, sure. Yeah, government exists to take care of people who can't take care of themselves.
Yes.
It does not exist to create new economies and industries where there's no demand for them, to impose regulatory burdens and caps on oil and gas sector because they will want to cap our one growth area where we finally can be successful. People do not want that. So hopefully there'll be a strong mandate to get rid of that kind of stuff that's been hurting.
Ginny Roth, I hope you're right. Thanks very much. 3 minutes. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.